Shower trays can be a nightmare to fit, and there are a few different things that you need to know about, the mistakes that so many people make, that if you know them before you try and lay a shower tray yourself, you hopefully won't make those same mistakes. So let's get started. Number one is storage. Make sure when you get the shower tray, even if it's for just a few days beforehand or whatever, make sure you store the shower tray. Make sure you learn English. Make sure you store the shower tray flat. Do not lean it up against anything, all right? Just store it down nice and flat, and that will make sure, because they will eventually bow even over a week or two, and you will find that you'll struggle very much to get them to lay flat again. So that's number one. Store it flat for as long as possible, right up to the day where you're pretty much going to fit it. To do this job properly, you will need to lift the shower tray in and out a few times to get it exactly right. That's why I always use a good set of window suckers, because these things can be heavy. If you're on your own, they're even doubly important. So make sure you get them. It is mistake number two. It's an easy one to make, but grab some window suckers. Otherwise, you'll be a sucker, won't you? You can grab the ones that I use every day in our Amazon store. I'll leave a link to that below. Also, if you want to watch this whole installation of me ripping out a bath and installing a nice new shower, I'll show you how to do that later in this video. All steps are important when it comes to laying a shower tray, but this is possibly the most important one and takes the most amount of skill. As you can see on this job here, we've got a very uneven floor that we're working with, and the most important thing you can do, and the biggest mistake that people get, is not spending the time, the effort, maybe days of effort, to get that floor nice and level. Here, I know the best thing for me to do is actually use self-leveler. The way I do that is to find the high point with my spirit level and then work all the way around in multiple directions away from that high point to find out how many packers I need to put in, and then bring up my self-leveler to those packers. It's a great idea to glue the packers down with some X-Pro if you've got any, or some other glue, whatever you've got laying about. Once they're in and set, I batten off the edge of my shower tray. Then I mix up my self-leveler according to the manufacturer's instructions and pour that in, working it all the way around and making sure it meets up with every one of the packers that I've glued down. After I've done that, I will retreat away from the shower room and leave it until the next day. I don't care if most self-leveler says it's ready to walk on in 4 hours. It's better just to leave it properly, because you do not want this part to go wrong. As you can see on this shower installation video, if the floor is really flat already, you can use packers on the flattened bottom side of the shower tray to make sure that it's nice and level, and then in this case tile adhesive, but I wouldn't recommend using the tile adhesive I used here. Use up the stuff you need to mix up yourself. Pre-mixed tile adhesive takes ages to go off in these sorts of environments. Also, I'm pleased to announce that I'm working with Cat Workwear to bring you one of the best workwear brands out there. I've been wearing the Striver XL 6-inch boot in stone, seriously durable and seriously light. Also, a big thing for me is they're easy to slip on and off when I'm going in and out of customers' homes. Now it's summertime, these go perfectly with my Nexus holster shorts, light, durable, and loads of pockets to store stuff in. And to cap it all off, I've got my long sleeve t-shirts, so my wife won't keep having a go at me about ruining all the t-shirts she buys me. It really helps my channel if you visit my sponsors, and to pay you back in a small way, you can get 20% off all Cat Workwear using the code PlumberParts20. So check that link out at the end of the video, and I'll be repping more Cat stuff for you to check out in the future. Now what we do, I'm just going to mark out exactly where I want the waist to go. So I'll draw directly from the top, and literally we'll do it just like. So the next mistake that people make is not leaving enough room below the shower trap. This is really important, because if you have a shower trap that's touching at the bottom, it might push your levels out of your shower. It'll be proud in the middle or proud at one end or the other, and it will squander all the work you've done already to make sure that the floor is level. Also, having room underneath the trap will make it easier on the next section when it comes to tightening it all up. I highly recommend having the shower tray down, marking it, lifting it up nice and easily because you've used your suckers, then digging out where the trap will be to make sure there's a nice space underneath it, then lay the shower tray back over the top, mark exactly where the shower trap is going to be, but also measure from the bottom of where you've dug out to the bottom lip of the shower tray, and you'll be able to get that right when it comes to gluing everything up. up. This doesn't have to be a rush section of the job, and it's a part of the job that's so important because you do not want the waste to leak. So make sure you don't make that mistake and get it right first time. Now for the most important mistake that people get wrong, that's not using a suitable adhesive and also a filler to properly lay down and level off your shower tray nice and easily after you've done all that work to get the floor level. My preferred go-to and filler is X-Pro Stick Seal Adhesive Construction Foam, and the way to use it is really simple. If you want, you can wet the substrates you're putting it on first with a little spray gun, then apply in small strings on the floor about 10 centimeters apart directly under where you're going to be putting your shower tray. Leave that for about 5 minutes and then just lay your shower tray on top. It will be set rock solid and rock hard in half an hour. It will never move, it sticks down like mad, and it will perfectly support your shower tray in all those little nooks and crannies that you might be worried about. I also use this stuff for shower boards as well. I can highly recommend X-Pro Stick Seal. I'll leave a link to it below so you can check it out. The next thing people do wrong a lot is when they're tightening up the strap on their shower tray, they don't remove the decorative or the protective film before they do it. Just like so. That is spot on though there. One thing you should never do is over tighten the trap, especially if you've got one like this. Tighten it up like a little snare drum, but don't do what I did here because I made this mistake and it was a genuine one. Oh, I cracked it, did it too tight. So don't over tighten these like I've done here, because if you do, cracks like this happen. We don't want cracks like this. So you have to put another one. And if you wanted to see the whole video where I was installing that shower tray at Frank's house, then click on the link to join this channel. We've also got the very first swimming pool installation video up and done, so there's quite a few videos that are already available to members, plus we've already got our monthly live stream sorted out as well. You can get signed up just by clicking on the join button. It's a great way for you to support the channel, and also make sure you check out Cat Workwear as well using the link below or by scanning that QR code. I've always wanted a swimming pool, and especially now that I've got my young son and beautiful wife, it's been an obsession of mine to upgrade our dreary drab garden with a swimming pool for us all to enjoy with our friends in the summer months. But not only that, I want to make this swimming pool as cost effective and efficient as possible, but also to save money on the costs of the build. I need to do all of it on my own, learning lots of it from scratch. In this series of videos, you will follow us along the way through the highs and the lows, from the first scratch of the digger to when we hopefully enjoy the swimming pool with our friends. But also you'll be able to learn the processes, preparation and application of the methods I had to use to make a DIY fully heated swimming pool in my own garden. So let's go. So I laid these canes out roughly where I thought I'd want to put the swimming pool.